Lesson 3.5, graph a line using intercepts. What we will learn today. To find the x and y intercept using the slope-intercept form of a linear equation, using the standard form of a linear equation also. Two vocabulary words today, x-intercept and standard form. In lesson 3.4, we learned about the y-intercept. And so the x-intercept is the other part of our graph. It's the x-coordinate of the point where the graph crosses the x-axis. Okay. Standard form, an equation written in the following form. So standard form is a times x plus b times y equal to c. A, b, and c are integers, and they have to be greater than 0. Example 1. State the x and y intercepts of y equals 1.5 times x minus 9. Then use the intercepts to graph the equation. In our last lesson, 3.4, we talked about the slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept was y is equal to mx plus b. And b, we said, represents the y-intercept. So in this case, my y-intercept is very easy to identify. It's negative 9. That's my y-intercept. To find my x-intercept, we are going to change y to equal 0, okay, in our equation. So y is going to equal 0 is equal to 1.5 x minus 9. And now we're going to solve for x. We're going to add 9 to both sides. So we get 9 is equal to 1.5 times x. And now we do our basic algebra, which is to divide by 1.5 both sides. And we end up with x is equal to 9 divided by 1.5, which is 6. So my x-intercept is going to be 6. It tells me to use these intercepts to graph the equation. So let me go ahead and draw a line here. Let's draw my coordinate plane. And my y-intercept is going to be negative 9. So I'm going to draw my x-axis a little bit higher. So I'll go ahead and go by ones. So I'll go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9. That's my y-intercept. For my x-intercept, it's positive 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to graph any line, I need 2 points, and those are my 2 points. I can connect these lines together, or these points together, and now I have graphed y is equal to 1.5x minus 9. So again, we're looking for the y-intercept, which when we have our equation in slope-intercept form, it's given to us automatically. And then we're looking for an x-intercept. And to find our x-intercept, we're making y in our slope-intercept form equal to 0, and then we simplify. Real-world examples. Malden Middle School wants to make $4,740 from yearbooks. Print yearbooks represented by X cost $60, and digital yearbooks represented by Y cost $15. This can be represented by the equation 60x plus 15y is equal to 4,740. So for number 2, they want us to use the x and y intercepts to graph the equation. So we're going to take the equation. So 60 times x plus 15 times y equals 4,740. And we're going to find the x-intercept, and we're going to find the y-intercept. And you'll notice I'm making myself a t-grid. This t-grid is going to help me, because what I'm going to do to find the y-intercept, or the x-intercept, sorry, y is going to equal 0. To find my y-intercept, x is equal to 0. So the opposite variable will be made into 0 to find the intercept. Okay. So let's start with the x. So I'm going to take 60 times x plus 15, and now again, y is equal to 0, equal to 4,740. And now we're going to take what we've learned in our previous chapters. Obviously, 15 times 0 becomes 0. So I'm left with 60x is equal to 4,740. I'm going to divide to isolate my variable of x. So I take 4,740, divide that by 60. That gives me 79. So my x-intercept, I'm going to write it over here on the side. My x-intercept is 79. So now let's go and do the same thing for my y-intercept, but this time my x is going to be 0. Plus 15y is equal to 4,740. Okay. 60 times 0 is 0, so I'll eliminate that. So I'm left with 15y equal to 4,740. Isolate for the y by dividing by 15. So 4,740 divided by 15 is equal to 316. So my y-intercept is 300, sorry, not 19, 16. In the next screen, I'll show how we graph these 2 points. Example 3 is a follow-up to example 2. So in example 3, we got that the x-intercept was 79. And again, the x represented print yearbooks. And I'll write YB for yearbooks. And my y-intercept was 316. And that was digital yearbooks. So what we did here is we plotted the paper yearbooks, or print yearbooks is my x-axis, obviously. So we labeled the 79. So 79 is right before 80. So that's why you see that point right there, almost at 80. And then we took our y-intercept, which was 316, and put it on the y-axis above 300. Okay. And then a line was connected between the 2 points. And what this means is, what it means for paper yearbooks, so they can sell 79 yearbooks, or digital, not digital, 79 paper yearbooks and 0 digital, and they would still make their goal. The y-intercept, what the y-intercept means is that they can sell 316 digital yearbooks and 0 paper, and they would still meet their goal. And any combination of those would obviously give you, if we're above the 79, anything above 79 yearbooks would give us our goal, and anything over 316 digital yearbooks would also give them their goal.